Salutations, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Raider Nation Unlimited. I am your man, Wasted Talent. We got a lot to get into today. The nation is back. You damn real. We got over 51 in the room. Get wasted with me. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Make sure y'all tell a friend and tell a friend. Share this out. We need all the love possible in the room today because today we have our wasted word of the day. We have some bad news. The Bradberry situation, I don't really know if it's bad or if it's good. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. We do need a corner. You know, Bradberry played pretty, he played all right last year. He didn't play that great. This is a prove-it year for him. He's going to rehabilitate his career with a rival of the team that released him. And to be quite honest with you, there are other options out there. When they made cornerbacks, they did not stop making corners when they made James Bradberry. So let's all get in line here. There are other people out there. We have bigger fish to fry. As a fan base, we have bigger fish to fry. We have defensive tackles who are available, whose name rhymes with new. His name is Ndamukong Suh, everybody. And I'm going to tell you something. I feel like Ndamukong Suh coming to the Raiders will probably bear more fruit than us going to get a cornerback because we get that up the middle pressure, everybody. But before I get into all of this, I got to go in here and see who's pulled up on me today. We got over 76. We need more love in here. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Bryce B, my guy, what's the deal, Bryce B? We need to sign Williams. Go get another corner and a true solid number 2 wide receiver. If Adams gets hurt, that can be our number 1. From your lips to God's ears, my brother Bryce B. From your lips to God's ears. I don't know if it's going to work out that way. Guys, there's a piece of all of this stuff that's happening in the offseason that we kind of got to let the equinox take shape. We have to have faith in our coaches and our talent evaluators, and we can't play Madden with the talent that's out there. Some of the people that are going to show and prove this year, people that we never expected, are going to be rookies, or to be guys like my man Keelan Cole. They're going to be people like Lak Yasin. They're going to be people like Trayvon Mulling or Trayvon Merring, guys that are young and they're on our roster as we currently speak. So we got to get out there. We got to watch. We got to see. We have to be patient. We got to let the year take shape. I personally believe, and not to put the cart before the horse, but I personally believe that they're done signing free agents unless they get something that is totally advantageous to the team, total team-friendly deal. But we got to pay some bills, everybody. My brother Kyle Holt with the $5 donation. Thank you, bro, for getting wasted with me today. Good evening, Wasted. Hope your day has been great, blessed. What's up, Raider Nation? Kyle Holt pulls up every single day, man. Love that guy, man. Appreciate you for donating to the channel, bro. Appreciate the love, brother. Mr. Raider Nation, what's up, Wasted? Much love for Washington State, all the way up in the great Northwest. My brother, man, appreciate you for pulling up on me. My bro, Robert Pena, Mount Shieldmore representative. He's come out and represented us out in Las Vegas in a big way. Robert, what is the deal, my brother? Ray Cates, Wasted. What it do, my dude? All day, every day. Everything is good with you. Yo, bro, thank you, man. Everything is great with the family. Everything is lovely. Mrs. Wasted Talent is going to kick my ass because I had somebody come and give us an estimate. We were getting our kitchen redone, and then I hopped right on the air. That's why I was 2 minutes late. I did it perfectly, man. My mother always told me I had perfect timing. Did it perfectly. I was like a minute and a half, 2 minutes late starting live, and now she's going to have to wait till I get off the air so I can tell her what happened. So that's what she gets for being on, not being in the kitchen with me when the guy was giving us an estimate, man. My guy, man. My brother, the unofficial or the official head of security of Mount Shieldmore, my brother, LV Maximus. Salute, brother. The security is in the building, brother. What's good? Sam Cole, what's up, bro? Daniel Kim. What's good, man? Now that Bradberry's off the market, let's go get Williams and shore up the right tackle spot. Daniel Kim, I think that the thing that is less likely out of all of the people who are available is that we are going to go out and go get another offensive lineman. I tend to believe that Josh McDaniels, Dave Ziegler, Carmen Basillo, all of the usual suspects, all of the people that are in charge of making the decisions for this team, Champ Kelly, I think that they are satisfied with what we have in our locker room currently to protect Derek Carr. I really believe that. Now, a part of me wants them to go out and go get Williams, because them going to get Williams will remind me of how in 2016 the Raiders went, and when Austin Howard was released, did they trade for? It's been so many years to run together. But when the Raiders, however we got Austin Howard from the Jets, when we went out and got Austin Howard, that really sent that offensive line and took it to another level, man. And, you know, I really want to see an established right tackle, bro. I want to, but I don't think that they're going to do that. Bryce B with the $4.99 Superman. Thank you, brother, for the donation as always, my brother. Kyle Fuller or Chris Harris Jr. at corner. We need a painter. I'm all over East Coast, 19 years experience, bro. If I ever need a painter, thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. I'm probably going to need a painter, man. I'm going to hit you up in the inbox, yo. And I messed that up totally. Let me read that again. Kyle Fuller, Chris Harris Jr. corner. Ever need a painter? I'm all over the East Coast, 19 years of experience. So, yo, Raider Nation, y'all already know if y'all need a painter, my brother Bryce B is up in the place to be. You know he's an excellent painter, because I know that I have the smartest audience in Raider Nation, me and Mount Shieldmore. But, yo, let me see. Yoji Mitsu, cooking bacon and eggs for dinner with my beautiful new Devontae Adams jersey on. Listen, you chose violence by cooking bacon and eggs for dinner. That means that this is a man that lives without rules. He's thrown caution to the wind, and he is having breakfast for dinner, and I'm not mad at it. I've done that numerous times, my brother. Hey, Bryce B, yo, you know what's funny, bro? I do need my glasses bad as hell, bro. I need my shit bad as hell, bro. You killing me. You got the old head up here looking terrible out here in these streets, bro. No, I know. Bro, yo, I know. Hold on, bro. Where you go? No, Vega. I know you talking about doing my kitchen. I told him to inbox me. But I'm saying for anybody else that needs a painter, yo, we got to tell a friend to tell a friend. It's my brother Bryce B. If he got a business, we got to support him. Hey, Bryce, we the same age, bro. Yeah, bro. You know what the deal is. You know the vibes, yo. Raider Chaos, what's up? Yo, my brother, Halo Raider, breakfast all day, bro. You already know. Bill Gates, what's good, man? Thank you for pulling up, brother. But yo, I just saw something, yo. I just saw a question. Wasted. What other corner would you pick up right now? Well, see, look, I think it depends on what kind of money that they're willing to devote to that position, right? Because we do have some younger guys in the building that we have to decide whether or not they can play or not, right? So for me, I wouldn't mind if we went out there and brought two guys in. Now, for me, I would take a flyer on AJ Bouye and Mackenzie Alexander. I've always been a big Mackenzie Alexander guy, since he came out of Florida State. He's a 4'4" guy. He's kind of small, 5'10", but he's a dog. I've always liked Mackenzie Alexander. He's still young. He's still got a lot left in the tank. He has a lot to prove. And also, I would love us to go out to get AJ Bouye. I think he has a lot left in the tank. And then I would also bring in a flyer on another guy who was, an all-pro kind of a guy. You know what I mean? And was playing for the Colts last year, Xavier Rhodes. Xavier Rhodes has always been a sore point for me because the year we took DJ Hayden and we drafted him way too high, he had that tragedy that happened to him and he came back from it. Reggie McKenzie had a propensity for drafting players that had big injury histories and thinking that they were going to get more healthy when they came to us, and it just never worked out with DJ Hayden. But I wanted us to take Xavier Rhodes that year, and we passed on Xavier Rhodes, and we took freaking DJ Hayden, man. I mean, my God. Also, Janoris Jackrabbit Jenkins is still available, ladies and gentlemen. We have options. We have options. But conversely, it all depends on what kind of a corner we get. If we get a guy that we know has been established is a little long in the tooth, like an Xavier Rhodes, we kind of know where Xavier Rhodes is. We kind of know what he's going to give us. If we take a guy like Mackenzie Alexander, who's been in the league a few years, the Vikings have decided they weren't going to bring him back. He's a guy who has some upside left in him that you can develop. He kind of fit in that kind of a mold like how we have right now with Merring. Not Merring, but Trayvon Mullen, right? So he'd be a young guy. AJ Bouye, I feel like, has been playing out of system. He's been playing in a bad system. I think that Bouye being brought in with us would kind of fit with what Patrick Graham does. I think Bouye could kind of serve the same kind of purpose that Bradberry did. Even though he's not as big as Bradberry, I think that you can bring him in and you can have a corner that can give you, positive gains in the locker room as far as with the younger guys. He can be a mentor to them because he's been around the league. My thing is, and this is what my whole offseason at this point in the offseason is about bringing in guys that can help along the young talent that we already have on the roster, man. Really, I really, 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 really want to see some more vets on the roster. And I've heard a lot of people that have been in the league say the same thing, that some of the guys on the Raiders have not had a fair shake at being developed because you need that vet in your ear. You need that vet in your ear. There's nothing wrong with having some guys that are a little, I'm not saying that we go out and go get the good old boys club like the Lakers, but it'd be nice to have in a positional group just one guy who played at a Pro Bowl level that guys can lean on. One of the biggest things for Khalil Mack's development was having Justin Tuck be in the locker room and be on the defensive line with him. Ndamukong Suh is a future Hall of Fame player. I mean, the guy, there's no hole in the man's resume at this point. The guy almost misses no games. He's still sacking the quarterback at a high level for a guy that's coming straight up the middle. That's a defensive tackle that plays well against the run. He's still viable. He's a guy, based off of all the defensive tackle help that we've brought in this offseason, that can really make this draft. He can set this draft off, because who would benefit more from having an Ndamukong Suh in the locker room than Matthew Butler and Neil Thick Frame Farrell? I mean, who else? Guys, let me get to some of these up in here, man. I am not keeping up with this chat. You guys are up in here going crazy up in here, man. I love it. Richard Lyon, my brother, how are you, man? Man, I hope that you are having a blessed day, bro, and you up in here listening to your brother Wasted. This is, I'm just feeling terrific today, man. Robert Cisneros, cookie dough bananas. Stop bringing the violence from Twitter, Robert. Cookie dough flavored anything is gross. Banana flavored anything is gross. Sorry. Yeah, thank y'all, man. Thank y'all. But listen, 6 to 7 million or less. Yeah, hey, yo, Dave, hold on, man. I got off squid. Bro, it is a bitch getting old, bro. Like, this is the first year that is really starting to hit me that I am getting older and I can't do shit that I used to, man. Tyler, and what do I think about Emmanuel Sanders or Allen Hurns? I don't know what exactly Allen Hurns has left in the tank, man. I haven't seen Allen Hurns ball out, man, since he was in Jacksonville, to be quite honest with you. You know what I mean? And when you talk about Emmanuel Sanders, man, he's not the kind of guy that I would want to bring in. A lot of people like Emmanuel Sanders, man. Emmanuel Sanders is not the kind of Z receiver that I want to bring in. I want to bring in a guy that's a former superstar player, because I just feel like that is some of the stuff that's missing. We built this roster great. We have a lot of young guys with a lot of upside. I just think the one thing about successful championship teams is bringing in people who knows what success looks like on some level. It doesn't necessarily have to be a guy who has a Super Bowl ring, which is, that's good. Guys that have played for winning programs, that's a good thing, right? But I like bringing in people who know what it looked like to play at a high level. They know what it takes to get to a high level, and they can grab those youngins and say, hey, listen, man, this is how you got to work at this thing that you're doing right here, brother. This is what you got to do. The mentor role, and guys that are older that were great players, once, and see, that's the thing about greatness, right? It never leaves you. Your physical leaves you, but the greatness never leaves. I'll give you an example, and it's from another sport. Michael Jordan used to talk about, and listen, we're talking about the greatest, right? So this might be a bad analogy, but I remember Michael Jordan talk about the difference between what it was like for him to be at the top of his powers on the Chicago Bulls and how he played when he was on the Washington Wizards. When he was on the Washington Wizards, there'd be 1 or 2 nights where he can give you 40. But then for the rest of the week, it's looking 18-ish. It's looking 17-ish, maybe 19, 20. And the thing about greatness is that they can give you games of that form of greatness, but they can't sustain it at an older age. And the thing about this is that it's one thing to go and sign guys like Julio Jones and expect for them to be the number one guy at this point in his career after the injuries he's had, right? It's a whole nother ball of wax to have him be a second or a third option on your roster. And it's almost like finding the prize at the bottom of the cereal box. I don't know if I'm dating myself by saying that, but waiting for that greatness to show up. Sometimes those days when he plays how he used to, that might show up in a game that we need. That might show up against the Kansas City Chiefs. That might show up against the Rams. That might show up against the Chargers or the Broncos, wherever. It's good to have those kind of surprises waiting for you in your season. It's good to have that. And it's also good to have a brother like Keelan Cole who was on his ascension to the top. This is a guy that we thought ran a 4.5. I'm hearing reports that a scout from the Green Bay Packers has said, and I got this information from the unofficial producer of this show, Sean Johnson, brother. Y'all already know Sean is the man with all the information. He's the unofficial producer of all of these shows. That this man ran a 4.35. Because I'm looking at the film like, he don't look like he run no 4.5. This guy's leaving people in the dust. What the hell is going on? So it's good to have that youth. It's good to feature that youth next to Devontae Adams, who's at the height of his powers. It's good to feature that along with the Hunter Renfrow. But you know what will make it even better? What will make it deadly? To spell in a man with the kind of measurables and talent like Julio Jones. So now you can't put your best DB on Julio Jones. You might not even be able to put your second best DB on Julio Jones. Then you also got to deal with Darren Waller. See, that's the reason why people say, oh, they're old, they're old, they're old. Yes, they're old. But guess what? For us, it works because we're not signing that man to be our number one. And that's what I've always looked at with all of this. I'm cool on E-Man, though, bro. I've never been an Emmanuel Sanders guy. It's just me personally. He's a good player. I'm not a big E-Man guy. Bryce B, we need to stop the Rams, Chargers, and Whiners to put pressure on KC. That goes without saying, bro. And that is going to circle me back to my original point. Ndamukong Suh, like your life depending on it, ladies and gents. We have over 182 in the room. Let's get this up to 200. Let's get them likes up. Let's get them shares up. Get wasted with your brother Wasted. It is the happy hour Wednesdays we have today. I had a special guest coming on today, but I'm not gonna lie. Our timelines would not line up. We will have a special guest at the end of the week, though. Definitely. R. Vega, Julio Jones is just a name now. And you know what? You're not wrong about that. The last 2 years, you got to look at it in context. Julio Jones didn't really play a lot during the COVID year. There were a lot of guys who didn't play during the COVID year. Last year, he was hurt. But the way I look at it is, at this point in his career, and I'm hearing reports that he is healthy, he's ready to ball out, and he doesn't want to end his career on that note. I think he still has a lot left in the tank, my brother. I really, really do. Yes, E-Man has definitely won a Super Bowl. Wait a minute. David Kellenberger. I heard the Jets clocked Cole at a 4.3, and that's what I'm hearing too. The Jets and the Packers. And my eyes tell me that he's faster than what they're saying. So that's the reason why listen, Cole is a guy that you can have on his roster and he can earn and take that number 2 spot. But it's good to have a good an insurance plan of having a superstar player right there with him, like an Odell Beckham, like a Julio. Right now, Odell, I don't know how healthy Odell is. If I have my druthers and Odell's healthy, and based off of what Julio has shown us, it looks like Odell has more left in the tank. I got to see what Odell looks like after like the 9th knee injury this guy's had. And I'm exaggerating with 9th knee injury. I know some people can be a literal Larry when they're watching in the comments and stuff. I know that Odell was his 3rd knee injury. He had one in college, and he had one in New York. He had another. He had a hamstring issue. Like, Odell's been very, very ninged up. He's been very, very injury prone throughout his career. But I'm going to be honest with you. I would love to see a Odell or Julio come in, and it's not just because of the name, it's because of the production and the ceiling on their talent. Wait a minute. What's up, Wasted? Now that we missed out on Bradberry, what's the next move? The next move is going out here and waiting. Let's wait. Let's wait post-June. Let's see if someone gets cut. Let's see if somebody won't sign their franchise tag tender like the gentleman that I am about to bring up. Jesse Bates, the third, man. Jesse Bates is a guy that we need to keep an eye on. I mean, I really don't realize some of this stuff because they always link everybody to the Raiders. Let's just be for real here. They link everybody to us, man. And a lot of that time it's kind of a pain in the ass, man. But fortunately, man, you know, this all-pro safety is unwilling to play for his current team, either until he's extended or traded. And he's a do-it-all DB, man. He's a do-it-all DB, man. And his current team, the Cincinnati Bengals, drafted another do-it-all DB. His name is Daxton Hill out of Michigan. In the 1st round, no less. So needless to say, man, I think Bates can be in play for anyone who's willing to pay out for him. Now, what does that franchise tender look like? What does that compensation look like? And are the Raiders willing to do that? Because to me, you get Bates and you put him next to Trayvon Merring, then you can chill on the cornerback. Then you can go out and go get one guy off the scrap heap like a Fuller or Chris Harris Jr. I mean, Chris Harris Jr. has been the whore of the AFC West. I don't want him stepping foot and playing in silver and black. He clowned the Raiders. He talked trash about the Raiders. He said, oh, hell no, I never signed with the Raiders when he signed with the bum-ass Chargers. F that guy. I don't want him in silver and black. Kyle Fuller hasn't been playing very well. You know, when he played at Denver, he played in Chicago. He was a big free agent acquisition. He never lived up to the dream. And Aye Bouye is a guy that we can bring in for like a half-eaten sandwich in a grape CNC soda. So that is the route that I would go if I got a Jesse Bates III. But needless to say, we need more talent in the secondary, and that's why I'm throwing baloney against the wall to see if it sticks. Pause. Yeah, hold on. Jesse Bates is a free safety. We have Merrin. We don't want Bates. Nah, bro, listen. He's a safety. He can play strong, and he can play free. Either which way, man. Matthew Poe, Tennessee is not letting go of Julio now? Really, though? I haven't heard anything. I have to look into it. I would have to look into it. Big Mike Raider, my guy. What's up, brother? Hey, as Angry Man would say to all the people who are talking, man, he's not playing. I'm really curious to see how we use Nate Hobbs. Could he possibly emerge as a CB number 1 under the system, or do we keep him a slot corner? Big Mike Raider, listen, there's a lot of people who see this young corner that has a lot of talent, and they automatically think about making him a number 1 guy, right? But when you think about making this guy a number 1 guy, you have to go back to baseball, and you have to look at, if any of you are familiar with the New York Yankees, do any of you remember Jabba Chamberlain? Anybody in the chat, if you remember Jabba Chamberlain, let me know. We got almost 200 in the room. Get wasted with me, right? Jabba Chamberlain was a setup relief guy for the Yankees. He was lights out. He was doing well where he was at. And the Yankees got the bright idea to try to make him a starter. And you know what happened? They tried to make him a starter, and they ruined the guy. When I look at Nate Hobbs' film, and I see his film from the University of Illinois, and I see what the responsibilities of a slot corner is as opposed to an outside corner, I don't think Nate Hobbs translates on an NFL level, being an outside corner. And I'm going to tell you why. When you're a slot corner, your job is keeping the play in front of you. Nate Hobbs does well at that. Nate Hobbs is a great tackler. Nate Hobbs is a guy who is aggressive. He's strong. He can jam those guys in that slot. He can keep the play in front of him. He can make tackles. He can minimize the big plays up the middle of the field. But when you take Nate Hobbs and you put him to the outside, now it's more so about speed, agility, ball skills, and footwork. And I just think that we should leave well enough alone. He was the best cover slot corner in football last year. Why would we mess with that kind of greatness? I don't see it. I don't see him being an outside corner. I know my big bro, Kenneth Bryant, will not agree with me, but I'm going to have to hold my ground on this one, big bro. Nah, listen, I think he's great, but, listen, why mess with perfection, right, Kenneth? He can be an all-pro keeping him in the slot. Like, I haven't seen anything on film that warrants him playing outside. I just don't, Kenneth. You know what I'm saying? I have to see it, bro. But the thing is that I just think his skill set is just better for where he's at. That's what I'm looking at, brother. I could be wrong. MMB Jersey boy, my dude. What up, man? Where you been? Sue and John Ross. Here you go with this John Ross stuff, bro. John Ross is fast as hell, but that brother can't catch. Brother can't catch or stay healthy. Yo, hold on. That's right. He's working at Hoochie Burger now. Welcome to Hoochie Burger. Can I take your order? Cajo, I'm still high on Dante Hightower. He'll be a great addition to silver and black. I mean, Dante Hightower is a Mike linebacker similar to Denzel Perry. I think that, Denzel Perry is at this point is somebody that we should probably keep and see where he goes. I mean, Denzel Perry played out of his mind last year. Perryman played out of his mind last year, man. And then we're looking at a guy like Dante Hightower who sat out 2020 because of COVID, and last year didn't really play that much. So how much does he have left in the tank? And then also we gotta understand whether he's versatile enough to play in this defense, right? Because Dante Hightower is a big boy. He's 260. Can he be as versatile as our brother Perryman? I don't know. I don't know how much he has left in the tank. Would I consider moving him positions and switching positions with him? Yeah, I would consider that. But, I wouldn't bring him on this roster in favor of Perryman. I think that would be foolish. You know what I mean? Perryman played so well last year. You got to just, especially for what you're paying him too, you got to see how well he transitions this year and if he can keep that play going based off his new regimen. Wait a minute. Wasted. Hobbs could play outside cornerback. Playing slot corner is way harder to play the outside corner. See, it's not though. It's not. It's subjective, right? So do we know whether Nate Hobbs has the technique to stay with a guy that's running a 9? Does he have the technique to deal with that kind of speed? Lined up on somebody out on that island by himself? We don't know that, bro. And I really feel that, the guy was a rookie last year. So we shall soon see. I'm just going off of how he played in college and how well he played last year. I think it's worth a try because you don't know until you try, right? But if I had my druthers, I would leave him where he is because that's a definite. I know that slot corner is done. I know that he's our guy there. And it won't be like when John Gruden took LaMarcus Joyner and tried to make him a slot corner, and he was getting cooked. I know that I ain't got to worry about that with Nate Hobbs. So now what I got to do is I got to build off. I got to build from the inside out. I know this is done. Let me cross that off. Now let me go out and let me fill those needs with some definites, because the equinox does not last a long time. Maybe Nate Hobbs can make that transition after we win a Super Bowl or something. But right now, we know we don't have to worry about the slot now. And that's the reason why I'm not willing to move him. Wait there. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. Perriman is a thumper tackler. We need to make dominant, not negative tackles. That right? I feel you. Hightower is not good in coverage. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Hightower's never been great in coverage, right? So, like, look, we can't be playing Madden with these guys, man. The brother played great last year, man. Perriman played great, Pro Bowler, all pro level. Why are we trying to run this guy out of town? See, people are using it like how when I was saying that Yannick Ngakoue could be had and he could be traded and I would get rid of him. It's a difference because there was such a huge hole in Yannick Ngakoue's game for us that you can see it. It was glaring and you had to improve, right? But my thing is this. We're fine with Perriman. We are fine with Nate Hobbs. Why mess with perfection? The only person from last year who played kind of well, who I can see us improving on, is on the offensive line. And you guys all know how I feel about Andre James. I can see Dylan Parham taking his spot. Definitely. Yeah, you move Hobbs, you go from one question on the outside to two questions on the outside. Leave him be. I couldn't have put it better myself, my brother. Thank you. Do you think Abram takes a step in coverage under his new coaching staff, or this is last year in silver and black? I would tend to believe that this is going to be his last year in silver and black, Alex. Chacon, thank you for the comment. I mean, he, like, for that man to keep his job here, right, he would have to have such a disruptive year. It would have to be on the levels of a honey badger kind of a thing, where they has a guy moving around. He gets a couple of forced fumbles, a bunch of sacks, 100 tackles. Then it's worth keeping. But if it's anything close to what it's been, up and down, kind of not knowing where to fit him, then, you know, and he'd have to develop some coverage skills on the fly, because this is a man, even in college, his college coach said that he was pretty much a will linebacker, that he's really not a safety. He's playing out of position. His own coach said this. And that's the issue. Like, I just don't think that he's just going to morph into this great safety that's going to be able to cover. He can't cover. So what I've always suggested is Jonathan Abram, go hit that weight room, get a little bigger, and they play him at linebacker. And hopefully his shoulders hold up. Jaylen Brown with Denzel Perriman and Devon Diablo. That trio will do very good. And I hope so, Sean Johnson. The only thing is that we don't know what we have in Devon Diablo. We know we have in Denzel Perriman and Jaylen Brown, but we don't know what we have in Devon Diablo yet. He played well towards the end of the season, but we need more of a sample size to know exactly what we have in that man. You think PG didn't pound the table for Bradberry? If PG wanted him, $10 million wouldn't have been an issue, since we have a week to get back under the cap upon signing him. Bro, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I don't think Graham pounded the table for him, because if he did, he'd be here, bro. I feel like our front office is that kind of front office. I feel like Graham has other options. He probably has eye on other people. He probably feels like a lot of the guys he has already can get it done. And I tend to believe him, right? The one thing I worry about, and this is something that I heard brought up on Doc's show, is Patrick Graham kind of like I don't know. Is Patrick Graham kind of the coordinator who's gotten lucky based off of the division he was in? Is he as good as we think, right? I tend to think he is, from what I can see. But Patrick Graham is going to have to change things a little bit being in the AFC West, because guess what, man? The price is going up out here. It is a little different being in the AFC West and being in the NFC East for the last few years, where the best quarterback you got to deal with is Dak Prescott. I mean, every week you're dealing with a Hall of Famer damn near. Every week. I mean, we're not going to call Justin Herbert a Hall of Famer, but I mean, goddamn it, Patrick Mahomes and Russell Wilson are. So it's going to be a little different, man. So we got to see how his scheme works and everything. We got to see how great he really is. My brother Halo Raider, you heard the man. Get wasted, pay your tab, hit them lights, hit the thumbs up. Abrams, a linebacker, he can be blitzed and watch the QB and stop him from running. So he could be used as a perfect QB spot. Jonathan Abram plays so much better going downhill than going backwards. If you could keep him in a scenario where he's going downhill, he can wreak havoc. He can wreak havoc going downhill. But if he has to go backwards, then that's where you start running into problems, man. Raider Purge, what is the deal? Yannick is as bad at defending the run as Amber's lawyer at defending her. That's hilarious, bro. Brandon Vandal. Hindsight is 2020, but Gruden really was out of touch, trying to put square pegs into round holes. Pause. That's a factory, brother. That is a factory. Robert Pena will be fine. The secondary will give us 4 seconds so Jones and Crosby could kill the quarterback. And guess what? It might not take 4 seconds if we have Ndamukong Suh up the middle. So listen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop talking about Ndamukong Suh, because it seems like us as content creators, we all get on the train to get a certain player. And what winds up happening is that player never freaking comes here, bro. I'm not talking about Ndamukong Suh. I'm not putting up any more thumbnails with him with a Raider uniform. This is something personal for me. Since Ndamukong Suh came out of Nebraska, I always wanted him to be a Raider. Always. There's certain players through the years that I've always wanted to see be Raiders, man. And I wanted to see it before they got old. Like Marshawn Lynch. I've always wanted to see Marshawn Lynch be a Raider. I got to see that. You know, I would have wished that we could have got Marshawn Lynch a little earlier than that. I've always wanted to see Ricky Williams be a Raider. But Ndamukong Suh, geez, man. I mean, he is the living embodiment of what the old Raider way used to be. Intimidation. The quarterback must go down, and he must go down hard. In the words of the great Big Al. Rest in peace, Big Al. So let me tell you something, man. That's what I wanted. But I'm not going to talk about it because I feel like we've been maloiking this thing. We've been jinxing this thing far too long. Us not getting Bradberry when it made too much sense for it to happen just made me realize we wanted Gilmore. It didn't happen. We wanted the Honey Badger, which I knew it wasn't going to happen, but it did happen. I didn't even bring him in. F him. And then Bradberry was my safety blanket, and we did not get him. And yes, I said, listen, we can go out here, we can get a couple of good safeties and not spend the money, because I was preparing myself for what was inevitable. So now we need to go out there and do that. Tyler Totem, what is the deal? Raider Casper, what's up, bro? On the other side, almost everyone is saying we will never get Adams. Just saying. Yeah, Raider Casper, but you know what? I wasn't really talking about Devontae Adams that much once I saw them franchise him. I thought they were going to just let him walk. And I stopped. And then we got him out of the blue, and we all went crazy, man. Madness ensued. Let's get used to having our young guys be made into stars here. And Big Mike Raider, man, and yo, listen, if y'all haven't heard, Big Mike Raider, could you do me a favor? Put in the chat, this man has a podcast on Spotify, on all major carriers. It's an audio podcast. He has a terrific co-host. Big Mike Raider has started a podcast, bro. And if you guys are out in between listening to the Mount Shieldmore representatives, listen to our brother Big Mike. He knows his shit. That's all I got to say about that. Mike, do me a favor. Put the link in the chat, my brother. Halo, what's up? Nah, speak that shit into existence, bro. Let's make it be. See, but you know what it is, bro? It's just like the thing with Ndamukong Suh is just very, very strange. Because to me, if you look at what's going on, I can understand him wanting to play in Cleveland too, because you know what? Hell, you get to play in between freaking Myles Garrett You know what I mean? Like playing with Myles Garrett, that's great, right? I mean, that's probably one of the only defensive ends you could say is better than Max Crosby in football. You know, you got to deal with the Deshaun Watson situation because I'm sure there's punishment coming down the pike and it's imminent. It's coming down fast and furious, man. So I don't know, man. I've always wanted Ndamukong Suh, man. Rodolph Santorium. Because of the stopping incident, I don't think Suh will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. What do you think, Wasted? I think because he's moved around so much and the organization that he's played his best football with is the Detroit Lions, I think that there's a way that they can not make him a first ballot Hall of Fame. A lot of times defensive tackles don't make it first time, but they make it the second. But I know he will make it. I don't think that he'll wait a third time to get in. He's the best defensive tackle damn near of his generation. So in that caveat, I can see that, but it's not like with Warren Sapp. When you look at Warren Sapp, you don't remember him being a Raider. You really remember him being a Buck. He did so much damage. And he won his championship with the Bucks. And then you look at Ndamukong Suh, and it's like he's played for Miami. He's played for Tampa Bay. He's played for the Rams. He's played for the Detroit Lions. He's played all over the world. I think that will hurt him more so than the stomp. Listen, my opinion, we've gotten younger already. Now we need some vets. How much younger do we got to get on the defensive line, bro? We got Butler. We got thick frame. We got both Butlers. Vernon Butler's a young kid. Pecco's a young kid. You know, we have the longest guy in the tooth on our defensive line is Big Hank. And I'm going to be honest with you. Big Hank's going through surgeries and stuff. They might jettison him. They just might. Y'all see that? Unbiased football talk. Big Mike Radio, you say you appreciate the support. I appreciate your support, my brother. Come on, you already know, man. Yoji Mitsu, thank you. You've caught on to Wasted's twisted ideology and thoughts. Use a little reverse psychology. I don't want Ndamukong Suh. F him. And then guess what? He'll magically appear and we'll all dance for joy. Name of Washington, do you think Suh will come to play his normal physical play or just to get a check? And Ndamukong Suh always comes to play, bro. And that's the thing about bringing in that kind of a talent. You can say what you want about Ndamukong Suh. You might not like him. You might think he's dirty. But the one thing you ain't got to worry about is the effort. Ndamukong Suh comes to bring it every time. And if you bring in Suh and put him next to the two Pro Bowlers we got at the ends, Jesus Christ. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I just listen, man, I just want some fine tuning. I want the Raiders to walk down the hill instead of run down the hill. I definitely want that, man. I want them to walk down the hill instead of running down the hill. I need for them to take their time with this. I need for them to fill the holes in that we have in a better way, man. Wait a minute. The wasted word of the day, and we're going to reuse this one, is ubiquitous. Present, appearing, or found everywhere. The presence in today's football world by the Raiders will be ubiquitous. We will be everywhere. You will see the silver and black ruling everybody and smashing people's faces in. Telling you, it's time. The equinox is upon us. This is something that I haven't been talking about lately. We have to keep things in a proper perspective, man. This is the Raiders' time. Things are lining up for them. They're everywhere. They're all in the news, good and bad. Every player in the league is attached to us, man. We're everywhere, but we have to tune that out and stay focused on what is going on and what we really need. We need some more bodies in the secondary. I think we got what we need at offensive line, and we need to bring in a presence in the middle like Ndamukong Suh. But guess what? I'm going to tell you guys that I don't want him. Because hopefully if I say I don't want him, we'll get him. Let's go get D. Williams and Suh. If that's possible, that'd be great. My thing is with Williams is how come he's still on the market? I need to find this out. I haven't been able to find anything. I am wondering why nobody else has signed him. Like, is nobody else in the market for a right tackle? I just don't get it. Wasted, what up? Just tuning in. Yo, Joey DeFaria, thank you for tuning in, brother. Sue, who, if we believe it, we shall achieve it. Thank you, my brother. Rated Casper, that's what I'm saying about Adams. All we need to do is start talking about how we will never get Sue. That's right. We'll never get Sue. He'll never be a Raider. Phylon versus Sue. Listen, Raider Purge, that is not even, and see, I heard a lot about Darius Phylon being upset that the Raiders are going out and, they're trying to address the trenches. But let's just be for real here, man. Darius Phylon is a young player, but he's injured. Darius Phylon will never be confused for a Hall of Fame player. Darius Phylon would trade himself for Ndamukong Suh. We got to get better in the middle, man. We got younger, so we'll stay healthy in the middle. And the great thing about this defense is that from what I can see from Bilal to all of these guys, is that all these guys are really, really good against the run. So I know that the Raiders would be great against the run, right? But in this league, we got to get better against the pass. And we have to get better at getting pressure on quarterbacks and creating turnovers. And that is the one thing that I think that can be developed in Matthew Butler, that could be developed in Neil Farrell, even though he's a classic nose tackle. I don't really see him being a pass rusher, but I see Matthew Butler having some of that in him, right? By having an Ndamukong Suh on the roster. I mean, listen. He classes the room up, everybody. Wasted. We need a right tackle and a cornerback, then maybe speed at wide receiver, nothing else. See, Kenneth, I have to respectfully disagree with you. I feel like we do need a pass rush presence up the middle. It's something that we haven't had in so long. Listen, we can get it from the edges, but if we can get that pass rush up the middle, man, that's game changing for us as a team. That's game changing for us creating turnovers, because no team that has created less than 15 turnovers has ever gone to a Super Bowl. 2016, we had over 30 turnovers that year. And guess what happened? We went to the playoffs. We were, 12-4 or whatever, and we were on our way to a Super Bowl. We need that energy, brother. Saints World, what's happening, my bro? Appreciate you for being in the place to be, dog. Justin Sane, man. Yo, shout out to Justin Sane. Hey, yo, whoever hasn't subscribed, make sure you go. If you're into rock and roll, if you're into metal, that's where you want to be at Saints World, y'all. Raider 805, man. Listen, I agree with me too, my brother. I appreciate you for somebody agreeing with me. Yeah, Falone. And listen, bro, I like Falone, bro. I think he was one of the reasons why we beat the Chargers. I really believe that, man. But listen, Ndamukong Suh is Ndamukong Suh, man. Alapocalypse makes you think of one of my favorite Raiders, man, Darrell Russell. That's the last time when we had him and Chester and all them guys that we got that pressure up the middle, man. That shit is very, very important, man. We need it. We need it, man. Ready to digest. Akeem Hicks is out there, but I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I'm cool on Hicks if Ndamukong Suh walks through the building, because Hicks is a guy that I have to wonder whether he's going to be healthy. Ndamukong Suh is a guy I know is going to be healthy. This guy's hasn't missed a game in years, man. He's a rock. We got over 200 in the room, y'all. Get wasted with your brother, Wasted. Dreaded one. Damn, Wasted. I had to check what day it is. I thought it was Sunday, the way you're doing all this preaching. Dreaded one, listen, that is what Wasted does. That is what I do. I come out here and I preach to the Raider Nation, y'all. I'm going to have to get my TD Jenks on. And guess what? The Raider Equinox is definitely upon us. Sue is never coming to the Raiders, because if I say that, then he will. Yo, wait, my brother. Yo, thank you, Wasted, for the shout out. New episode. Robert Pena, check it out. My guy, man. My guy. Now, listen, Tyler told him Will Fuller is a guy that's still floating out there. That is another guy that you can bring in, and you can bring him in, and you can bring him into the rotation. He brings another skill set that we don't really have. Is a guy that you can bring in that can take the top off of the defense. See, I think it's very important to have people that can fulfill certain roles on your team based off of the style of play you need at any given week, right? I think the mistake that is made with a lot of teams is they can't go into certain environments and play in certain environments. You have some teams that are built to be run heavy, and then when they get in the shootout, they're lost. You have some teams that are finesse football teams, and they get in the cold and they get the shit knocked out of them, and they can't keep up. But the one thing about the New England Patriots, and not to talk too much and bloviate over their asses, that was always great, and I felt like was a great thing about the way that they were built, was the fact that you lay it out and they'll play it out. They can play whatever style you want to play. If you want to play smash mouth, we can play smash mouth. We run the football on you. If you want us to dink and dunk on you, we'll do that. If you want Brady to light it up with Gronk and Moss and whoever he has on the team and whatever, because it was such a long dynasty. Sometimes I forget. I mean, we were talking about David Patton and Givens and all of those assholes. They can give it to you how you need it for that week. They were versatile, and I feel like the way we're building this roster, we're doing that. We just need a few more pieces. Sean Johnson, he's putting out the tight end. Sean Johnson is the unofficial producer of Raider Nation Unlimited, everybody. Jacob Hollister, nice little pickup. Nick Bowers, blocking tight end. Cole Fotheringham, I know nothing about him. I've never seen him play. And that kid, Travis Coons, looks all right. J. Rowe, my guy, man. Yo, I love the avatar with John Gotti with the Raider jacket on. That was the shit, man. Meet them where they're at. Preach wasted. Thank you, my brother. I say we trade a draft pick for Jefferson. We trade for a backup QB from the Pats. And let's see if they use the pick. What, bro? We already got your boy Stidham. We good to go. Yo, he said dinner was amazing. I'm sure it was. Doesn't it feel good to be bad and break the rules sometimes? That's right, man. You get those eggs and bacon, stack of pancakes at night, man. That is a round and well thought out dinner, my brother. Shout out to you, man. Can Isaiah Palomalo win a roster spot and play backup safety to develop into an eventual starter? See, bro, people say that. I would be disingenuous to tell you that I knew whether or not that's a real possibility. You understand what I'm saying, bro? Like I would be very disingenuous to say that I knew that, because we haven't seen him play yet. We've only seen him play in college. He is a UDFA. Based off of on paper and based off of his last name, everybody wants him to be good. Right, but we're not going to be able to make that determination until we see some preseason games, guys. You know, so some of these guys that we're blowing up and stuff, we got to pump the brakes on some of this stuff. I'm gonna give you an example, like Big Bam. Big Bam, the 6'8" giant out of Utah. Does he have the measurables and the size and stuff? Yeah, but is he a guy who's played football for 6 years? That can be a positive and that can be a negative. We got to see what kind of technique issues and holes he has. But does he have the frame? And does he have the quickness and some of the, the raw talent? Yeah. And I think that we're going to be able to develop him. But I'm going to be honest with you. I think Thayer Mumford is going to actually play this year. Thayer Mumford played big-time college football. He's a guy that if he would have come out the previous year, would have been a first or second round pick at tackle, and they moved him to guard, and they kind of messed his value up. So I think Thayer Mumford is one of the guys that is going to play this year. I think Zeus is going to play this year. I know Parham is going to play this year. But other than that, all of these other guys, man, we don't know. We don't know, y'all. We don't know. So, look, man, we about to bring – would I bring in Kevin King? And I forgot to bring him up. Yes, I would bring in Kevin King. 1,000%. Kevin King has a lot of talent. He's a lot of raw ability, man. He's a guy that I would definitely take a flyer on the cheap and bring him in. Maybe he can develop the same way David Amerson developed here with us. A guy with all the talent in the world could never just put it together. And he came here with us and he played well for us. Raider 805, waste a good show. I enjoyed it. Keep up the good work. I'm out, brother. Thank you for pulling up. And I'm about to be out too, bro, because Mrs. Wasted Talent and I need to talk about our impending kitchen construction, everybody. And she's going to kick my ass if I don't get off this air soon. The main priority got to be Williams at right tackle from Buffalo and Suh now. OG Fade. See, the thing about it is I really believe that they like what they have at offensive line, bro. I really believe that. They went out here, they addressed it. They got young guys, they got guys that have played before. And don't sleep on Brandon Parker. Everybody is writing the guy off. I see Brandon Parker more as a backup because he played better at left tackle than he does at right tackle. I see him as a backup for Colton Miller, and I'd be good with that. But what people are forgetting is that, we have some young guys that we brought in that could start at guard, right? And that could play well. So what do you do with Denzel Good? Denzel Good is a guy who's played a very coherent and good right tackle. You can put Denzel Good at right tackle and be fine for the year. You could put Jermaine Illuminor at tackle and be fine for the year. You could put Dylan Parham at left guard, or you could put Leatherwood at right. You can put Leatherwood at right tackle and let him play where he was drafted to play. And we've seen how he's been working in the offseason, and maybe that can work out well. But what we can't do is that we can't stamp out the development of some of these guys. These guys need reps. We got to let them develop. So with Williams, I'm going to be honest with you. I do want to play Madden, and I want to fill that hole. I want to fill it. And my opinion, Bam is a UDFA out of Utah. He is a project at best. I would never want to put Bam out there week 1 and be Derek Carr's right tackle. That's not what I want. Bam got to go in here. He got to earn. If Bam is our right tackle, that means he was a monster. He was a monster. Herman Munster, even. Grandpa Munster. Maryland. Eddie Munster. A damn monster to start this man. Canetown Raider, new channel member. Canetown Raider is a brother, man. We speak on social media all the time, man. Thank you for becoming a member of the channel. That is the best way to support this channel. Thank you, brother. Saints World, cheers, Nation. And you know what made me think of the Munsters? Justin Saints World. I was on his Instagram page and I saw it. I was like, damn, I ain't think about the Munsters in mad long. Oh, man. But, the competition is going to be insane this year. And listen, bro, my opinion, I hope you're right too, bro. I hope that this guy goes to camp and he wows us and he blows us away, man. And Big Mike Raider's right. If Bam is out there, that doesn't say much about the tackles that we have out there in the roster. But I'm going to tell you something, man. Dylan Parham can either play center or he can play guard. Either way, we don't got to rush to go get Williams. We got guys on this roster that we can develop. We need Suh, but I don't think we're going to get him. And we need help in the defensive secondary at safety and at corner, and we're good. Dreaded one. I've been a Raider fan since 1970. I haven't felt this good about our team since 2001. I feel we are in the running for a Super Bowl. I'm just saying, and that is the reason why we call it the Raider Equinox. It is upon us. We are in the running for a Super Bowl. And you know what, guys? I'm in the running to end this episode. Thank you for pulling up the Wasted Talent, Raider Nation Unlimited. This was just a Q&A today. Docs is in the place to be. My brother. Salute. Another Mount Shieldmore representative. But yeah, man, it is time for us to end this episode. This Q&A was dope, man. Thank y'all, man. I will be pulling up when some more news happens. I'm going to be here every single day for y'all. The workload will not stop. The grind will not stop. The marathon continues. All that good stuff. Salute to everybody who joined the channel. Drop the super. Supported me. Supports us, man. Love all of y'all. We out like yesterday, man. Peace. Oh, and make sure y'all like and subscribe on the way out. Peace, y'all.